YouTube, welcome back to the lovely world of Warhammer, where the Fay Enchantress campaign is going to continue. I'm trying to lure in scaling by backing off a little. Altdorf is quite secure by the all-cavalry absolute domination army of Luan Leoncoeur, which I don't believe anybody left on the map can really challenge it, which is kind of what I intended when I built it. Our economy's come back around just a little bit. It's not bad. I mean, considering the expensive armies I have fielded, I guess we're doing okay, though I would like for it to be a lot higher. But at the moment, there's not a whole heck of a lot I can do about it. Let's end the turn.
Greetings, Dowie. What do you wish to discuss?
What do you want? No, I'm not going to fight the border princes. I'm already fighting the vampires and don't really need to be. I'd love to take over some more land, but since the economy is so crappy that I would have to field like 2 crappy peasant armies and then 2 good armies, and I really don't want to do that. I really want to have the good armies. But that would be the better way, because then I could afford to settle more land and still defend it. So yeah, that's kind of the problem that I'm running into right now.
The Empire.
Yeah, and part of me had wanted to be at war with Tylea, but then obviously there's downsides to that too.
The lady gives you her blessing.
You gotta have 25% of my movement. Oh, you gotta have 50% to have the camp. Well, we might as well just push it. Let's go ahead and push up, and we'll go into the camp the next time. That way I can get to Karak Norn and destroy it. I want to get rid of the filthy greenskin losers here. And I think scaling just ran off of their own accord too. I really wish they would come and destroy Marienburg at this point. It would be quite nice for me, actually. So yeah, I'd like to have the province of Marienburg. The wealth would be quite nice from the port. There's some gold mines on the map too, but they're quite a ways away from me, and the main reason why I haven't expanded that much is because of how difficult it's going to be for me to maintain that land. Though, to be fair, we probably should destroy some of the vampire... Yeah, our friends to the north just got destroyed. Nordland did. Surprised we didn't take, well, we would have already been taking the hit from the lost income. We need to get rid of the, we need to force these idiots up north to sue for peace. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is to put such a massive beating on them is that they won't attempt to come back from it. Part of me is thinking about taking Luan's army north.
King Luan Leoncoeur.
And then just defending my lands with the 2 that are here. Because I have to win the Wars of Errantry. And it doesn't say who has to be here. Like, it doesn't say Luan or whatever, and you can't teleport. Chalice of Potions. I do want to finish the Chalice of Potions. We got to deploy a Damsel hero in Nordland. And I need to go north anyway. So, let's go ahead and maybe take, let's take Luan north.
A king stands with you.
And we'll go get ready to start the Wars of Errantry quest, because it should be a lot of fun. Altdorf will be well enough defended that I'll be okay for a few turns, and we're not getting any pressure anymore from the Norsicans, so I'm going to scoot this army back down closer to home to defend the smaller settlements like Helmgart. But let's go ahead and end another turn. What the defense is like at Karak Norn? Probably pretty weak.
I hear the winds. I will see to it.
Yeah, this settlement is pretty weak. Let's fight it, because I wonder if it's one of the new maps, like a custom map. Because I have the custom maps turned on. It does look like it's a custom map, so let's see what it is. This will be fun. This is the greenskin version of the map, I'm sure, because some of these maps have greenskin versions, and they have like dwarf versions. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like these custom settlements. It makes for a battle that people are probably more familiar with on Total War games for the small settlements, where there's actually a small settlement to defend. So it's pretty neat, honestly. It gives you something different. Different is kind of a good thing. In many cases. Sometimes it can be a bad thing, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna put a couple of questing knights and a guardian on each side of the battlefield. So there's the questing knights. Okay, this is the other guardian. Let's put the other foot squires here. My flying goon squad can be all separate. Let's bring the paladin over here with this group. I think this is really there's only 2 groups I really need to make here. Let's make this one into a group, and then the 2 leaders into a group, and the rest of this we should be good. Okay. Did I not put all my foot squires? Oh, no, okay, I have 5 instead of 6. Axe infantry. Okay. Okay. Boys, just get in here and start fighting. Somehow those spider rider archers got past me. That was kind of annoying. I'm gonna push on up into their settlement. Let's get my goon squad. My blessed field trebuchet is actually getting some shots. It's got decent range, but it's gonna need to push up. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna catch those spider riders. Good. We're easily demolishing their infantry over here. I mean, unless they have big uns, these Grail Guardians are going to have a field day with all the Greenskins. Watch this. This is going to be the mother of all rear charges right here. Let's watch this. This is going to be an absolute slaughter. All the flying units. I mean, if there was a bigger runway here, it would have been even worse. Just make sure all these units are coming in to charge. Yeah, here comes all the Pegasus Knights. Got them flying over the greenskin structures here. Here comes the Royal Hippogriff Knights. This should turn into a mass rout in a big, big hurry. Alright, yeah, there's Pegasus Knights everywhere now. These are Savage Orc units, so I don't think they're going to like fighting all this cavalry. Oh, I left my lady way out there. My bad. There's not even enough space for all these units to land. It's kind of a cool custom map, though. I liked it. Like the choke points that the defender gets to use. Gives him a fun way to try and defend against larger forces, but still allowing larger forces ways to force them out of the encampment, so I thought it was kind of neat, actually. I haven't been a huge fan of all these custom maps that I've seen so far, but a lot of them are pretty good like this, and they add some flavor to the game that if you want that flavor, you can go get it, and if you don't, then you don't have to use it. I actually really like it. I think the custom maps are a really cool thing for the campaign. I've enjoyed them pretty thoroughly. I went and played a lot of, I really like the Grombrindle campaigns. I went and played some Grombrindle just for fun on my laptop a few weeks back with the custom maps, and it really is pretty neat with all the different custom maps. I'm a big fan. Okay, so hopefully that gets rid of a... These guys are now going to be withering away. Let's see, this damsel levels up. We cannot get her the unicorn just yet, but regrowth would be handy, so let's do that. Alright, Lewin has made his move. The spell winch. Oh, the spell winch. Let's see, adept is just going to make her better at assaulting units. We've done aid, which honestly that's probably worth just about as much as anything else here, so let's give it a shot. Alright. I'd like to get some more good battles against the vampires, and I suppose we can. Looks like the beastmen are giving trouble to the dwarves. I would prefer the dwarves not get wrecked too badly because they're a nice trade partner. And I need the trade income. I don't have a ton of income, so if my allies get whacked and I don't have any trade income, it's not going to be good. I'm just going to force march out of the mountains, even though it'll give me some damage. There's no sense in taking our time there. And these guys look like they're moving off into vampire lands and trying to replenish. But at least I forced them out of the mountains at this point. Let's actually, I wonder where this guy is going. I'm actually thinking about, I want to ambush him. Which again, they say is unchivalrous. Ooh. Let's move up maybe to like right here and see if we can catch him in an ambush. There's several Varg armies moving this way. And I'm going to move this guy around and try and set up in an ambush as well.
You seek prophecy.
Alright, so we've done full plate armor, hard to hit, wound maker, scarred veteran. Looks like I was working on blade shield. Okay. Let's end the turn. Alright, the vampires are going to make a move on Altdorf, but Altdorf has pretty solid defenses. That's right, come on down, you scaling thugs. The dwarfs discovered Kazrak over there. Alright, let's push north. I'm going to continue to lay ambushes on every turn.
I will.
We have very high chivalry, so I'm not very concerned about it.
Protector of the realm. Glory awaits.
Oh crap, I was on the forced march there. Dang. I meant to switch back and then go into an ambush, so that was definitely my fault. Alright. So, we've made our moves. I have some money at this point. Let's go see if there's any worthwhile buildings. I mean, I could get a little bit of income out of building up these towns, which may be worth it. Let's just check around real quick. Defenses. Okay, this actually makes sense for me to finish. And there's no more economic build here, but maybe just some more defenses. Again, there's not much else I can do here from an economy standpoint other than upgrade this port. So we will do that. We can build defenses as well, but let's just check the other sites first. Let's go ahead and build this. I'm trying to use my money to get the most bang for the buck out of the economy, and then maybe defenses where we have the most opportunity. Okay, the vampires are going to attack me here, so my guys are going to start the fight tired, which is unfortunate. But some of my units are immune to that type of thing anyway. Fire damage. There are cryptors here. And the fire damage are on my Grail Knights, but they already have magic damage. The fire damage is even better, actually. Because the magic damage doesn't do anything special to the cryptors, but the fire damage will. Alright, well, if the vampires want to fight me here, I'm happy to take it. Kemmler wants a face stomping. The magic damage on my Grail Knights will wreck all these wraiths. And we do have to watch out for the Claw of Nagash. And there is a Blood Knight here as well. Not a lot of good infantry, though, from the vampires. Alright, Albrecht, show us your mettle. We do have a Grail Relic as well, so if we hold that in the center, it should give us a great deal of holding power against the vampires, which can otherwise cause a great deal of chain routing.
We fight for Bretonnia.
Okay. Got the Grail Relic here. I'm going to put one flaming damage Grail Knight on either flank. And then I'm going to just put the questing knights and Grail Guardians right down the center to protect my squires. And then we'll roll a flank with the... Actually, I don't know where the Blood Knights will end up. I might send the Blood Knights to assist, or my questing knights to assist against Blood Knights. Let's put these two right here in the middle of my... Here, let's rethink this. Let's put the questing knights out with the Grail Knights, because the questing knights can add the armor piercing damage that's needed against Blood Knights. And then we'll just leave the Grail Guardians to help the center tank, and that'll be plenty. And we'll put the Paladin and the Damsel inside these units as well. We got Alberic all on his own, so... let's get this guy up in that group. Let's lock group 2, lock group 3, this guy group 4. Okay, I think we're ready. Put that there so I can immediately force the vampires forward. Fire on the Sternsmen. Alright. West Field Trebuchets should get some decent damage done versus the Sternsmen, which is never a bad thing. Yeah, we're getting some decent damage done there. I'm actually going to go ahead and go engage the Devils of Swartzhofen. Nice. West Field Trebuchet is getting some serious hit point damage done versus the Sternsmen. Okay, let's actually get ready to engage here. I don't need the extra armor piercing versus the Chillgeist. So I'm going to fall back. Okay. I'm going to go engage the Mortis Engine. Use my Enchantress to deliver some support there. Actually, this is the Blood Knight out here, and I definitely should have brought this extra unit to engage. Okay, we got the Mortis Engine handled. Okay. Fire across into the Skeleton Warriors. The Devils of Swartzhofen are coming down. Let's get my Damsel lady. Let's bring her back across the battlefield. We've done some good healing over here. To the point where we've pretty much secured victory. Our questing knights are actually struggling a little bit with the Mortis Engine. Let's go deliver some killing blows. We are winning out here. That trident probably just hurt me about as bad as anybody else. Okay, we've cleaned up out here. Let's go get rid of the Mortis Engine. And let's use some regrowth on Alberic. We are trying to clean up the remainder of their cavalry out here. Okay, the Mortis Engine's going to get cleaned up at this point by the Grail Knights. Should be dropping any moment now. There we are. we are losing our foot squires right here. Let's charge in. There are still quite a lot of vampires on the field, and Himmler is still in unfortunately good shape. We are losing some of our infantry due to just getting beat up and then probably the terror effects. So we're gonna have to rely on our cavalry to kind of hold some ground here. Whoops. Oh, yeah, our paladin's getting bushwhacked over here.
Yes, my lord.
Let's send him some support. And let's queue up a healing, and hopefully we can keep him in the fight long enough. We just dropped the vampire leader. Okay. So with Himmler down, we should be in good shape, and I just dropped the heal over here. And then yeah, in come the Grail Knights with their flaming damage, and then the magic of the vampire starts to fall apart. So Vampire's putting up a decent fight here. This is why I don't rely too heavily on the Bretonnian infantry, because you can see even the good infantry kind of falters against the unbreakable healing that the vampires can bring to the table. So you can see my foot squires took a pretty good shellacking in that battle, but my cavalry excelled. And then Himmler just died one-on-one to Albrecht, so no big surprise. We limited the damage of the Horrors and the Mortis engine. So we'll push back the vampires with pretty sturdy losses. Hopefully they don't have any other forces nearby, because they could catch me in a weakened state. Looks like the Greenskins were chasing one of the few armies that the Empire has left. Wish I could help them, but the Greenskins are just going to run from me, so... Ooh, we got a potion of healing, did we? Alright, let's take a look at that.
Of Bretonnia.
So we do have this enchanted item. So we got the potion of healing. Well, this Trickster Shard gives... It takes away... Its constant affects enemies in range, takes away 20% damage resistance. That's kind of cool, actually. I kind of wonder if the, let's see, who could use that more? So the Fay Enchantress can heal herself. Lewin having a healing potion would be cool. But, I mean, he does have this Lore of Life, but that would help save some magic. And he doesn't have an enchanted item, so let's give him the potion of healing. I think that, yeah, that'll be good.
King Lewin, most prudent. Farewell.
I'm going to keep moving up and dropping into an ambush stance. And then I want to chase down the vampires and destroy them. They look weak enough.
Noble. I accept.
Hopefully I don't lose too many of my units doing it.
Strike them down.
I don't think we will. Alright, so vampires handled. Let's get back to Altdorf and start to replenish.
What do you seek?
And let's just get down into friendly territory with the Enchantress so we can replenish. Alright, so the Enchantress successfully wiped that out. Lewin continues to move north towards the Wastelands. And the Wars of Errantry is a long ways off. It's a heck of a long ways off. I'll try and get up there, man. It is going to take a long time. So hence the errantry parts of the Wars of Errantry. So there's going to be a very errant Lewin to get all the way up there. Let's finish Woundmaker. It's going to give some pretty stern damage there with a bonus versus large. Wow, 30. Good grief. That's pretty awesome. And then we need to drop the damsel out in Nordland here so that we can finish that step for the Chalice of Potions. Let's see. We can get the Pegasus now for the Paladin. That's good news. And I think we're good to end this turn. The vampires are going to be able to recuperate from such huge army losses very easily if they have a Raise the Dead area. They can pretty much just rebuild their army almost instantly. Yes, go wipe out Marienburg, please. Alright, recruiting, surplus, leadership. Let's just take the leadership.
Who calls me hence?
Let's, I'd like to resettle Grunberg. The vampires aren't quite in striking distance.
You seek prophecy.
Let's just move up to this point.
Strength and honor.
Lewin.
Win.
We're actually going to be in
I ride.
Nordland. I'm going to send him... Let's bring the damsel out.
My path is clear. I will cage
And
their
then
power.
let's put him into the ambush
shall do what I
stance. Okay. Hopefully that'll satisfy the terms of that mission. Put these folks back onto a standard march. Okay. Middenland has some armies here. I'm sure these are trash armies from... I mean, the Norsikins can't really field anything besides trash armies. The vampires will probably be happy that Lewin's all cavalry army has moved north, though the Norsikins may not be so pleased with the scenario. Okay, sweet, we got that done. So let's see what the next piece is. Deploy a damsel to the Vanaheim Mountains. Really? Gosh, dang, man. Well,
What is
that's a
your
big
best?
fat pain in the butt. I'm thinking we'll just take her up here. See where the soonest spot. So right there, basically. No, you're going the wrong way, dunce.
No.
Way to go, genius.
Louen Léoncoeur. I will see it done. I take my leave.
Okay, I'm gonna keep trying to set up ambushes. It would have been nice to have another damsel to do this, but we'll survive.
Ever ready. I will
The vampires are still keeping back, and the greenskins kind of spread out. So let's go ahead and retake Grunberg. We can replenish the losses relatively quick here in the Reichland. Okay, and that'll give us slightly more economy to work with as well. We now completely control the Reichland. That's interesting. These, yeah, they're a vassal. That's why. Extra growth would be pretty nice, actually. But the control and the reduction in chaos corruption and stuff is nice, too. So let's do that. Okay, the vampires are moving up. I've always got Alberic around if we need to reinforce the lady. Or vice versa. Yes, go for Marienburg. Good choice. So industrial service, income from raiding. Peasant service, casualty replenishment rate, but we lose income from farming, so both of these are idiotic. Might as well get better casualty replenishment rate out of it. What a choice. I love those choices. They're so engaging. Oh my goodness.
I am the Fay.
So the Enchantress should be good to finish healing and to hold off the vampires. I'm a little bit worried about this area up here being a little bit weak. Well, no, they've got level 2 defenses. They could hold off for a little while. Let's spend a little more on the defenses there. Coron is the one that's really not... It's not bad, though, because it's a custom settlement, so it's actually fairly defensible. Let's see if we can trick these these idiots into a battle. I'm gonna move up on them and then try and ambush.
The lady calls.
Probably not real likely that it'll work, but okay, out onto the water.
Guided.
There you go,
The
dunce.
lady objects.
There we go.
Question.
All right, she should be able to find her way there now. All right, the vampires have moved up and attacked the Empire force there. We will strike back. There is a second vampire army behind them, so we'll keep that in mind. The Wood Elves want me to join the war against Tylea, which is not in my interest right now. Yes, excellent. Siege Marienburg to the ground, please, so that I can take it. They did not get hit by my ambush, which is unfortunate. But since they don't want to play nice and get themselves ambushed, I'm just going to go ahead and make for my victory condition, which is going to take a long time anyway. We're going to have to make our way through the wastelands. And I'd like to see the Norsicans stop me.
Yes.
So Manfred here. A few decent infantry, but for the most part his army is going to be woefully underprepared
Through forest and glade.
to meet the Fay Enchantress.
Holy Ra.
And he knows it, so he's fallen back. So we are going to go on the assault and destroy Manfred. Like I said, I'd love to push further into the vampire lands if I had a little bit better way to defend the lands, but it's going to be very difficult to do so. Plus, there's going to be so much vampiric corruption to remove, it's going to be quite a pain to take their lands, and I just haven't felt like it. But I mean, there is some gold mines, like I said, that I'd love to get my hands on, but don't know if it's worth the pain right now. I love the Grail Guardians as a defense mechanism for the damsel. They keep her quite well protected. I'm just going to put them in a standard... Well, I'm not going to put them in group 1, but I'm going to put them in a standard group. These guys into a hard group.
Enchantress.
Enchantress.
I shall. Of
Actually, we'll
course.
put them into a hard group, and let's hard group him in as well to give some melee hitting power. Let's actually put the questing knights up front and the infantry behind, but we'll try and keep them not far behind. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, and then we want the goon squad. Okay. Just gonna put the blessed trebuchet down here.
We fight for Bretonnia.
Black knights with lances. We should be able to easily crush those. I kind of messed up this group.
Honor her. Bretonnia.
Okay. All right. I think we're all ready to go.
Run. Show us the foe. Smash her. We are ready.
These dire wolves are gonna try and go for my catapult, or trebuchet, I should say.
Ever ready.
So let's finish them off real quick before they become an issue. There we go. They hit me with a Fate of or a Spirit Leech. I don't think Spirit Leech will do too much. Let's fall back a little here because their whole army's rushing towards the lady because they can't see my hidden troops. Alright, that would be the end of the dire wolves. Let's go catch out this unit of zombies real quick and destroy it. Pretty low priority target, but we'll destroy it nonetheless. Manfred was in the air and would have been a great target for my goon squad, but let's have some fun. Really, Manfred? You're just gonna charge right down into the middle of my group, huh? Seems smart. Real inspired leader there. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna swing my flying squad back over. Just gonna be hurting myself with that from here on out.
Ready for battle.
Let's get some spells going. Put some armor on that questing knight. Let's start pumping up the magic. Use it right here because the questing knight's starting to get low. Arcane conduit that. There we go. Drop in some support. Take out the rest of these bats real quick. Rear charge here, rear charge here. Rear charge there. Alright, so we're crunching our way through this group over here with relative ease. Grail Guardians are smashing their way through all kinds of infantry. Bats are gone, and we're going to put a rear charge down here. We've actually got quite a bit more magic that we can use from the lady. It's either Spirit Leech. Yeah, it's Spirit Leech. I didn't hear the sound from Fate of Buna. Let's help that cavalry unit out some more. And Awakening the Wood might be pretty good right here in the middle of this blob, actually. Throw some more healing out there. Just trying to use up all the winds of magic. And the lady replenishes them so quickly that... Let's see. Let's throw the extra melee attack on the Grail Guardians. Not worried about being unbreakable. Alright. So we have wiped out the vampires. Manfred was alive for far too long. But he will die. Well, I should say he will go back to being undead. There we go. Decisive victory over Manfred with the Fay Enchantress. Entirely destroying his army. The amount of magic that the Enchantress can crank out is actually rather frightening. If you started with 30 winds of magic and then you can throw all those abilities that she has, I mean, she can crank out a huge amount of magic. It's really quite fun. Minus 50% attrition, that's pretty cool. Physical resistance.
I am the Fae.
Okay, let's get back into Grunberg. We'll replenish our losses. There's 2 more vampire armies behind. Let's move down here to discourage them from trying to attack a weakened Fae. They'll probably try and make their way around to Altdorf, and we'll cut them off there. And let's just make our way... It says to make my way around. I guess that kind of makes sense. We'll make our way around this way. And then our damsel needs to... No, hang on. That's our army. Where the heck did our damsel go? Did she get bushwhacked by an enemy agent? And I just wasn't paying attention?
What is your behest?
No, she's right here in a little boat and I couldn't see her. Okay, she's still got the right movement order. Alright, the Fay Enchantress is level 28. Worshippers the Grail. Again, this isn't going to do us any good in her army. I don't think any of these really do. Premonition, ambush, and chance of intercepting army using the underway or beast paths. That could be useful. I don't think it's hugely useful, but it could be useful. We got lightning strike. I don't know that reinforcement range is going to be massive to me. Maybe take away some recruitment cost again, in case we need it. Alright, let's take a look at our buildings here. Go ahead and start building a farm in the Reichland. Building's already been constructed, that's fine, it'll still work quite well. Okay. Paravan. Let's just go ahead and start upgrading some of these town settlements. We get slightly more income with them that way, and then they have better defenses as well, so it's not gonna hurt.
I am Morgiana, Fay Enchantress of
I think I'm
Bretonnia.
out of time for this episode. Yeah, I am actually, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this. We got several battles in, which is great. No, I'm not gonna join your war, you dummies. And I will see you on the next one while Lewin continues to make his way to the final battles in the Wars of Errantry, and we continue to fight off the vampires who think that they can siege me. Is that some kind of idiotic joke on their behalf? So the next episode will start off with a huge fight against the vampires. Let's see if they were successful with their assassinations or disruption or whatever it was that they tried. Sometimes banshees can be pretty decent, that type of thing. So block army failed, and assassinate failed. Grunberg was besieged. We're going to safeguard against that. And then, yeah, on the next turn, I mean, so they kept the Fey from replenishing, but what they haven't successfully done, I mean, I have tons of reinforcements. It's Kemmler. He's back already, even though we just stomped his face. I told you the vampires can get back into the fight really quick, and you see he has some of the same units too. And then the other army here. So the vampires will have a pretty considerable force, but so will I. So it'll be a great battle to start off with next time. HeirofCarthage signing out. Can't wait to see you all there.